Hey guys, so I am about 6 weeks out from competing again. I am going for my pro card at the Amateur Olympia South America in Colombia in February. But I'm also traveling next week, so that is way closer to my show than I would like to travel. But going out to meet up with the Boom Boom Performance team in Seattle, so I'm super excited. It's really our only annual get together that all of us coaches who work remotely can actually hang out face to face. So we're making it happen. So I'm gonna kind of use this video to go over the biggest things that I'm bringing and what's gonna help me be prepared and stay exactly on my plan at about 5 weeks out from a super important show. So first things first, we'll start with some supplements. So obviously protein is hard to get in while you're gone. I have a lot of stuff in baggies. If you have a better idea for me than baggies that's lightweight, let me know, because I hate kind of wasting so much, but for now, that's what's gonna work best for me. So I have got my shaker bottle and whey protein. Of course, I'll take that every day post-workout. I'm also bringing greens powder, and this is one that is amazing grass, and it's got probiotics and greens in it. So I just like to take this when I travel, just because things can be a little different from sitting longer, a little bit different foods off of routine. So things like that, I like to have a greens powder, also germs on the airplanes. So nice to have a little boost of antioxidants and things like that. Other supplements, I have all of kind of my supplement regimen from my coach, just kind of counted out what I needed, and I'm bringing all of those. And then the last thing in a baggie is PB Fit, because it's nice to have powdered peanut butter on the go to add to oatmeal and things like that. I love having this, so just kind of bringing that as an extra to have with me. Staying on the note of protein, so a couple bars that I am packing are One bars, which have 20 grams of protein, but they are kind of high in carbs. Built bar is another great option. Again, 20 grams of protein, but a little bit lower in carbs. And then yet another option are Power Crunch bars. So these have awesome macros as far as carbs go, only 10 grams of carbs, but they do have 12 grams of fat. So it just kind of depends where your macros are at, where your goals are at, depending on what bar is gonna work best for you. But I do recommend bringing some type of protein bar just in case you get in a bind or as an airplane snack, if nothing else, okay? Then I did, like I said, I have PB Fit powdered nut butter, but I'm also bringing some of these Nuts and More high protein nut butter snacks, just in case I'm low on fat some days. With these, one thing that I did look up is you can't bring like large quantities of nut butter on the airplane on your carry-on because it's like a gel. So if you do want to bring nut butter with you and you're flying, they have to be in these little pouches. So like Nuts and More is a great one, or RX bars, their nut butters have those individual packets too, but otherwise you have to check it. So I'm just bringing a couple of these in my carry-on, like I said, for extra fats. This is gonna kind of take all of my liquids, I guess, but I'm also bringing some of these Walden Farms individual packets for salad dressings. So I have a bunch of them because I plan to have a salad every day for my lunch. And these are actually delicious. Like, they don't obviously taste like this Thousand Island doesn't taste like regular Thousand Island, but they're delicious for being 0 calorie. So that's gonna really save me during this week of traveling, because then I can just get, if I'm out to eat, I can order salads with no dressing, bring these, and bring some tuna. So I have a bunch of these tuna packs too. As you can see, they're about 15 grams of protein each, only 70 calories. I got a bunch of different flavors, and my plan is to have a salad every day with the Walden Farms dressing and 2 of these tuna packs, giving me about 30 grams of protein in my lunch. So I did already pre-track all of that, which is another thing I recommend. Like, go on your MyFitnessPal, make sure you have all of your days when you're traveling tracked out. It just is gonna keep things simple so that you don't have to do any guesswork that day. Plus, it just helps you plan out all the meals that you have to bring, right? And if you keep things the same day to day, it's just super easy to copy each day to the next. So that is what I already did on my app, so that I kind of built my grocery list around that. As for breakfast, I got these Think Thin oatmeal packs. You can get regular too, but this actually had more grams of product with lower carbs and higher protein. So that's why I went with this one. 10 grams of protein, 190 calories in it, and I think there's 32 grams of carbs. So pretty good for an oatmeal packet. I think it's easier to travel with single serve packets when you can. Again, it's a little more wasteful than I usually like to be, but you know, you gotta make it work when you're on the go. So these help me for sure, and then I'm gonna have those as my post-workout, and then I'm definitely planning on getting eggs and egg whites and spinach when I go to the grocery store when I arrive, and that'll be my really easy breakfast. So then just a couple other fun things that I'm packing. I found these 0-calorie Propel electrolyte mixes because obviously I need to keep my water intake up, and I like to have something sweet in my water when I can. So I think this will help me keep drinking water as I'm on the go, and also just help with hydration levels, obviously. I'm bringing some Starbucks Via packets just because I don't know what the coffee situation will be at the Airbnb, and I need coffee. And then I'm also bringing a couple packets of tea just because I love capping off my water intake with some herbal tea at night, and again, helping with hydration, right? So those are kind of the bulk of the things that I'm bringing, but other things I'm bringing are my food scale. I don't usually recommend going out with a food scale to like the clients that I work with, but again, I'm 5 weeks out from a really important show. I need to be exact. I'm sure as hell bringing my food scale. This is an Ozeri brand, is that how you say this? I got this off Amazon years ago for like 10 bucks, and it has held up really well, so hopefully it won't fail me now. So I'm bringing that. And then I'm just gonna bring a small cooler. So I am bringing some frozen ground turkey with potatoes and cauliflower rice with me for my travel days. And I'm, like I said, freezing that ahead of time, and I'm just gonna throw it in there because you can't bring any frozen like ice packs if they are not totally frozen when you go through TSA. If they're in their gel form or liquid, you can't bring them. So I don't even want to risk that, so I'm just gonna hope my stuff stays frozen. It's not that long of a flight for me to Seattle, so I'm just bringing one small cooler. They make bigger ones too if you are going somewhere for longer or you're going by car and you have a little bit more flexibility. Definitely look into a bigger cooler bag. But for me, I think that's gonna do the trick. That was also off Amazon, like super cheap, but I've used it before and it keeps things pretty cold. So that's kind of my overview. I guess last quick thing, of course, how could I not bring rice cakes? Easiest carbs to eat on the go. So I've got carbs, I've got protein bars, protein, some fats, some quick things like salad dressings. I think the tuna packs are gonna be a lifesaver. If you have any questions on traveling, on macros, on things like that, be sure to follow me on Instagram at CarolineOfenstein_BBP. I love to drop education daily, and I'd love to connect with you more. So shoot me a message if you have questions, and best of luck to me while traveling, and you too in the future.